Taiwan is a small but strategically significant island in East Asia, located about 100 miles off the southeastern coast of China. Despite its modest size, roughly the size of the Netherlands, Taiwan plays an outsized role in geopolitics, technology, and global trade. It is at the heart of a power struggle between two of the world's largest nations, China and the United States. Historical context. The story of Taiwan begins with its complex history. For centuries, Taiwan was inhabited by indigenous peoples before becoming a part of the Chinese Empire during the Qing dynasty in the 17th century. In 1895, after China lost the First Sino-Japanese War, Taiwan was ceded to Japan, which ruled the island until the end of World War II. Following Japan's defeat in 1945, Taiwan returned to Chinese control. However, this return was short-lived. In 1949, the Chinese Civil War culminated in the victory of the Communist forces under Mao Zedong, who established the People's Republic of China on the mainland. The defeated nationalist government, led by Chiang Kai-shek, fled to Taiwan and declared it the new seat of the Republic of China. Since then, Taiwan has operated as a separate political entity, with its own government, military, and constitution. However, the People's Republic of China views Taiwan as a breakaway province that must be reunified with the mainland, considering it an inseparable part of its territory. Taiwan's democratic development. Unlike mainland China, Taiwan has developed into a vibrant democracy. Over the decades, it transitioned from authoritarian rule to a democratic system, holding its first direct presidential election in 1996. Today, Taiwan is a model of democracy in East Asia, with free elections, a thriving civil society, and robust press freedom. This democratic identity puts Taiwan in direct contrast to China's one-party authoritarian system, making Taiwan a symbol of resistance to Chinese influence and a beacon of democratic values in the region. The strategic importance of Taiwan's geographic location makes it a strategic prize. Situated in the Western Pacific, it lies within the First Island Chain, a series of territories stretching from Japan to the Philippines that serve as a natural barrier to Chinese expansion. For China, reclaiming Taiwan is essential not only for national pride but also for military strategy. Control over Taiwan would allow China to project power into the Pacific Ocean, disrupt key shipping lanes, and diminish U.S. influence in the region. The United States, on the other hand, views Taiwan as a critical partner for maintaining a balance of power in the Indo-Pacific. Losing Taiwan to Chinese control would weaken U.S. alliances in the region and could embolden Beijing's ambitions elsewhere, such as in the South China Sea. Taiwan's economic significance. Taiwan's importance isn't just geopolitical, it is also economic. The island is a global leader in technology, particularly in semiconductor manufacturing. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, TSMC, produces more than 50% of the world's semiconductors and an even higher percentage of advanced chips, which are critical for devices like smartphones, computers, and even military systems. Semiconductors are often called the oil of the 21st century because they power modern economies. Any disruption to Taiwan's chip production would have catastrophic effects on the global supply chain, impacting industries from automotive to defense. For China, gaining control over Taiwan would mean access to this technological dominance. For the U.S. and its allies, protecting Taiwan's semiconductor industry is vital for economic and national security. U.S. China. Rivalry and Taiwan. Taiwan sits at the center of a growing rivalry between China and the United States. While the U.S. does not officially recognize Taiwan as an independent country to avoid provoking Beijing, it maintains strong, unofficial ties. The Taiwan Relations Act, passed in 1979, commits the U.S. to provide Taiwan with defensive weapons and maintain peace in the Taiwan Strait. China, meanwhile, has ramped up military pressure on Taiwan, conducting frequent air and naval drills near the island. Chinese officials have repeatedly stated their intention to reunify Taiwan with the mainland, using force if necessary. This rhetoric has heightened tensions and raised fears of a potential military conflict. Why the world is watching. The stakes surrounding Taiwan are immense. For China, reunifying Taiwan is central to its national identity and President Xi Jinping's vision of a great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation. For the U.S. and its allies, Taiwan represents a critical front in the defense of democracy and the global economy. If tensions escalate into conflict, the consequences would be far-reaching. The Taiwan Strait is one of the world's busiest shipping routes, carrying goods worth trillions of dollars each year. A war over Taiwan would disrupt global trade, destabilize financial markets, and potentially drag other nations into the fray. The path ahead. The future of Taiwan remains uncertain. While Taiwan's government continues to push for greater international recognition and closer ties with democratic nations, China is unlikely to abandon its claims. Meanwhile, the U.S. and its allies must balance supporting Taiwan with avoiding a direct confrontation with China. Taiwan's story is more than just a regional issue. It is a microcosm of the broader struggle between democracy and authoritarianism, global trade and security, and the competing visions of a new world order.